I don't know what's going on, man. Says I'm streaming.
Discovered I was an atheist back in the 60s when I was like 10 years old. I don't know why they came to me at that age. And, but I kept going with the, um, I'm an agnostic thing because it was so hard to say in those days. I don't believe in God, you know, I don't, and, and
Can't even see it.
when I
How do
stumbled
I?
onto you through people like Christopher Hitchens, whatever, and I've been listening to him. He's, you know, awesomely funny and brilliant guy, like amazing, like as you just said, his recall, books, the knowledge, the quotations, the writers, is just amazing. But I stumbled onto you, and you're a nice uh, even keel
I try.
on the subject, and
I try.
and that's refreshing.
Well, you're very
All
kind.
right, I won't keep you. I'm
Thank
really
you,
glad
Joe.
I got through to you. I've been dreaming of this moment for a while.
No, man, it's an honor to
Thanks a lot,
meet you.
Joe.
Hopefully, I'll get a chance to come out east and we'll shake hands someday. Okay.
Oh, I'll travel to see you one of these days, for sure. But it's like I am a little shy. I used to drive to Florida from New York, is where I'm really from, the New York area, back in the 70s. And I'm telling you, like, you take a movie like Easy Rider, if you've seen it, I'm sure you
Oh
have.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was the truth, man. I mean, that may seem sensationalized now at this point, but damn, the South back in those days. I lived in Fort Lauderdale for a while, and things were pretty progressive back then, even in the 70s. But I did live up in Gainesville for a while, and I used to like to go to the national state parks up there, Itchytuckney River and whatever. And boy, some of those towns up there, and I always said to people, northern Florida is just deeper south than Georgia.
Oh yeah. I feel for anybody under the shadow of DeSantis. I definitely feel for. Joe, I appreciate you very much. Be safe out there, okay?
Thanks, friend.
All right, we'll see you
Look
later.
at that. We're doing something. All right. So this was the thing I wanted to show you guys is that it kind of seems like everyone who is not a Christian is going to get banned
this month. It's
from
called the Uncanny
everything.
Valley of Artificial People. Why acting already requires us to ignore the human.
I mean, we told you for years that this theocracy, theocratic fascism was well on its way.
Was an incredible piece of machinery, and the Sega Genesis seemed to be the height of where computer graphics could go. To escape from reality, there's a reason I'm putting this in quotes, I'll get to it in a moment, was what all the kids and a fair number of adults were looking to achieve, where fantasies were given immediate
now we're cooking.
expression using the tools provided to your hands. I know, phrasing. Of course, with every new technology, there were detractors and perpetual claims that video games, like TV, and even radio before it were going to rot people's brains. And eventually, there were the psychologically simplistic, to the point of being farcical declarations of how video games were going to increase violence. At the core of these declarations was the belief that people couldn't tell the difference between entertainment and real life. But here's where we come back to why I put reality in quotes earlier, because all of it, the entertainment, the jobs, the family, it's all reality. There's simply nothing in the above that makes.
It's on a delay. Just know that there's definitely a delay. There's not
away or outside of reality.
Instead, every iteration hearts on my live stream
is simply one facet of reality,
Go,
emphasizing certain parts more than others. Family time,
my number one fan.
specific commitments,
Maybe, I don't know, you might be a
and
bigger
religious
fan of
and
me than I am.
secular
I don't know,
ideas about
but I doubt it. I
relationships.
love meat.
Work time emphasizes other types of communities, time management,
So what's
different
going
forms
on
of
here?
relationships, and quite often some form of hierarchy. Entertainment emphasizes pleasure, passions, idealism, and varying degrees of arousal. Perhaps that latter emphasis is why so many, particularly of a conservative ideological
How do I
perspective,
get...
have a problem with entertainment. It elevates the passions in a place that isn't easily controlled, giving voice to all sorts of inner thoughts and expressions that otherwise would be carefully
Where's my
monitored
sound?
and
I got no snare
curtailed
in
by
my headphones.
institutional and societal standards and expectations. Of course, that is exactly the reason we so very much love our entertainment. Wow. Of course, that is exactly the reason why we so very much love our entertainment and why we refer to it as
Let's try
escapism, because we're
this.
using it to avoid and remove ourselves
And
from
then
the humdrum, stead quality of the rest of our lives. Now,
okay.
this isn't a screed against entertainment. I love it. And I deeply appreciate all the forms it takes in my life, albeit with a personal reflective caveat that sometimes I should reprioritize my time a bit. Regardless, the reflection on entertainment and its association with reality brings us to a recent development: artificial actors. Now, this isn't meant to be a dig against actors in general, whose job is to protect an artificial persona in such a way that the audience can selectively ignore that they're watching isn't real in the same way their lives are. Jesus, let me read that whole sentence again. Now, this isn't meant to be a dig against actors in general, whose job is to project an artificial persona in such a way that the audience can selectively ignore that what they're watching isn't real in the same way their lives are. No, instead, artificial intelligence, I guess, artificial, is pointing to a completely computer generated simulacrum. Is that simulacrum or simulacrum of a person that could be used in place of a human one? Faced with the possibility of a simulated person rather than a person simulating another person, SAG-AFTRA, and these are the actors' unions, they made a statement, quote, SAG-AFTRA believes creativity is and should remain human-centered. The union is opposed to the replacement of human performers by synthetics. To be clear, Tilly Norwood, and I'm guessing Tilly Norwood is an AI generated figure. Tilly Norwood is not an actor. It's a character generated by a computer program that was trained on the work of countless professional performers without permission or compensation. It has no life experience to draw from, no emotion. And from what we've seen, audiences aren't interested in watching computer generated content untethered from the human experience. It doesn't solve any problem, it creates the problem of using stolen performances to put actors out of work, jeopardizing performer livelihoods and devaluing human artistry. David Teachout says, one of the primary things I work with clients on is identifying the bullshit stories that they're telling themselves. This isn't to incur shaming or moralistic judgment, but to better align awareness with behavior toward stated goals. SAG-AFTRA needs some therapy. Creativity is and should remain human-centered. That was the quote from AFTRA. What rubric is being applied to determine when creativity somehow loses its human-centeredness? This Tilly Norwood is a creation of humans built upon countless hours of human-made video, watching humans act in various ways. It has no self-awareness and therefore no will to engage in acting. The active deceiving of others for purposes of entertainment. How is the creation by humans of a simulacrum any different than the CGI characters that grace our screens to the tune of billions of dollars in revenue? That is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Often the actors in those films aren't even responding to other actors, but green screens and inanimate stand-ins for characters that will be completely computer generated later. As Christian Bale put it, the process was monotonous and isolating. Where is the human-centered creativity in that? Anyway, he goes down over and over and on to talk about how maybe human-centric is not the way we look at AI. Now, I don't know what David's specific stand on AI overall is. I'm sure he's as alarmed as we are about deepfakes, but I thought that was kind of an interesting little piece. And you can read it on your own. Let's see, what was it called? The Uncanny Valley. The Uncanny Valley of Artificial People by David Teachout. Okay, removing from the screen, going over here. Is it Alam who is calling on the internet via a web link?
I gotta hit you with the mandatory "Hello World." You know, that's mandatory.
Are you there?
Hello.
Hey, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Alam?
Yes, you can pronounce it however you
well,
want.
How do you pronounce it? I want to get close.
Oh, I pronounce it Alam.
Alam. Wonderful. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Oh, no, just nothing. I just started I've been thinking about this whole AI thing. And I remember you posted something, I think it was on Instagram, whether AI can have consciousness. And I've been thinking about the quote-unquote soul. I think as atheists, we don't have much reason to think AI cannot have a quote-unquote soul, because a sufficiently advanced AI could be indistinguishable from a way the human brain operates. Don't you think? I don't know. I want to know your.
Are we conflating soul and consciousness? Most people believe the soul is an extra natural, separate thing beyond the physical brain, right? It's the brain soul or the mind soul. It's a dualistic model. Do you think that souls exist beyond the physical brain?
That's not why I'm unable to work.
Oh, no, that's what I say, quote unquote, souls. A lot of people
consider subscribing, maybe.
Souls and consciousness
my guy,
is
Seth Andrews.
some kind of synonym. I don't think that's the case, but I think maybe if AI can get to the point that can simulate perfectly the human brain, I don't think we have a reason not to start making laws to protect AI in a way.
And I'm going to commentate as
I've had conversations in my own mind about it, and
I'm mostly just watching.
I'm not trying to be a politician about it, but I go back and forth. If we see the brain as a computer that does calculations, and we see computers themselves that we have made that increasingly do calculations at a faster and faster rate, could then a computer become self-aware? And I'm not convinced. How do I say this? I won't say it's not. I won't say it's impossible, because we see the brain is the mind, and our minds simply are calculation machines. And I think feelings and consciousness, all those things are part of the calculations. I'm not convinced. Now, I don't think it's going to happen anytime really soon. But could we develop technology that is able to calculate so deeply and so fast that it does become self-aware? I can't discount it. But I could be totally wrong. This is not my field. What do you think? You think we'll make sentient, conscious computers?
I think it's possible. I don't know if I will see that in my lifetime, but I think it's really possible.
Limited.
Well, it's something to watch. Was there anything else, my friend?
No, I think that would be it. I mean, thank you for taking my call, and also I wanted to say that I really admire your work and all that.
Thank you very much. All right, I see you're calling from Mexico. Be safe down there, my friend. Okay.
Yeah, same to you.
All right, we'll see you later. Imagine what it must be like watching this country from across the border. Looking up, going, oh my, holy, what the, you know what I'm saying? Toughen up, Fluffy on chat said computers have to have experience to become sentient. They can't have experience outside of their own programming.
Big kitty door.
That's out of my pay grade. I'm telling you, out of my pay grade. Patrick has gifted a membership to the channel. You're much appreciated. Godwin has sent a super chat. 2 related sci-fi movies and shows, Wild Palms and Looker, relate to our conversation today. Fluffy again says, unplug, turn off, walk away, experience reality. Godwin says, now AI video, mock marginalized race with fake actors. Godwin, you may be talking about the racist AI videos that have been posted by the White House account or by Donald Trump on Truth Social, where they have their political opponents. Was it Hakeem Jeffries? And they put a sombrero and there was like Mexican music, and it was just as racist as the day is long. And this has, of course, been so normalized that hardly anybody in this country, at least in MAGA, they didn't even blink. Oh, yay, racism. Yay, AI videos of our political opponents doing untoward things or whatever. This is where we are. This is where we are.
If it's AI, I don't care. I don't even watch it. You get no contribution.
Let's see.
I like people.
I've got is it a geopolitical analyst bringing in a web call to the show today? And how do I pronounce your name?
It's Ditso. We've spoken before a couple times.
All right. Speak nice and loud so I can hear you, my friend. Go ahead.
Leaking.
All right. How are you doing today, Seth?
I'm well. What's on your mind?
Well, as I put it on the topical question, in topic, it's Marxism or McCarthy, MAGA edition or Trump edition. What's happening today in the United States? It's nothing. It's not unprecedented because your country has lived through that type of persecution and prosecution against those they deemed enemies of the state, just like what happened right after the end of the World War II and even before. So you said something about the color of Mexico. How are we seeing it from the optics of outside the United States? And to be honest, the majority of us are seeing it as, they've gone back to do the same thing they were been doing for the past 165 years, if not more. So that's how the optics is being seen from the outside. It's like, it's normal for the United States to be like that.
McCarthyism, for the few who may not be aware, Joseph McCarthy was an anti-communist zealot who blacklisted people in the entertainment industry and in government. They had these big show trials calling people communists during the Red Scare of the mid-20th century. This was the witch hunt of that decade. And they bring people forward. Have you ever been part of the Communist Party? Have you ever attended a communist meeting? And it was very much the same flavor what we're hearing today. Are you an anti-American? Are you a traitor to this country? Because if you are, you're going to be deleted, canceled, punished, maybe imprisoned. That was McCarthyism then. And I think we are definitely seeing McCarthyism again in this country. That was your point, right, Ditso?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, to be sincere, you ain't no different from what has happened throughout our history in Latin America. You're just living it in your own way, Yeah. Of course, the things we've lived in Latin America aggravated by the interventionism of the United States, but at the end, the United States is not different from us. They're living through your political crisis because of the different factors that have been
it's becoming
degrading into
to be an atheist
your reality
entirely.
That's
not right.
How to put it in simple words? How bipartisan systems end up like what they are happening today in Venezuela, what has happened in Venezuela, what happened in Nicaragua, what's happened in Mexico, what happened in now in the United States. That is the core of the issue. The bipartisan model of politics degrades into what you're living today.
What is old is new again. How many witch hunts has humankind seen throughout its history? All we can do is push back and fight back. Dietzo, you're much appreciated. I wish you all safety and goodness wherever you are, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, we're preparing for war against the United States because of the Venezuela situation. Even though I hate Maduro, if we're preparing for invasion,
preparing for war
in the next
against
few
the
months.
United States.
I wish I could apologize for 380 million people. Okay, I apologize. Actually, it's half or what's MAGA? What's the percentage of MAGA right now? It's in the 30s. So I'd like whatever 30 some percent of the population I'd like to apologize for, my friend. You're greatly appreciated. We'll talk again, okay?
Little doggy.
You too. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you. The No Kings protests are happening on the 18th, a week from Saturday, whatever that is. Thousands of separate protests are happening in cities all across the country and in other countries all around the world, resisting tyrants and saying, we are not a theocracy, we are not a monarchy, this shit ain't gonna fly. And I will be out there with my placard, with my sign, with a video camera. Last time I went out to a No Kings event a few months ago, Forrest Valkai was there. We just bumped into each other. He's doing a TikTok stream. Hey, what's up, Forrest? And he spins around with his camera. Next thing I know, without realizing it, I'm on his TikTok channel. Oh, hi, everybody. I just came to say hi to Forrest. I may bump into him at the No Kings thing in Tulsa. So I'm going to try to document that, but participate. A lot of people say it makes no difference. It's all just, a bunch of performance that doesn't result in any. I disagree. I think our faces have to be seen. Our voices have to be heard. I worry a little bit that there were going to be inciters of violence. And I'm not talking about the No Kings people. I'm talking about people who want to come in and paint us as those domestic terrorists we were talking about, the people who were a danger. And they're going to engage in some kind of provocation. They're going to catch it on video. They're going to spin it however they want. And then they're going to say that the No Kings movement is like Antifa, is a danger to democracy, Christianity, and the great country of America. And then they're going to start passing edicts and decrees and all those types of things. And I worry people, there are actually protocols that are being promoted by, I think, 5051 and some other places that give guidelines. Here are ways to prevent, to de-escalate, to not get sucked in, to not let someone else set a hook and get you involved in something that you want no part of. Here's how to deal with someone who is provocative. Here's how to not get into a violent exchange in any way. If the cops show up, do this, don't do that. Here's what to say. Here's what your rights are. It's really useful stuff. I think 5051 has those types of recommendations out there. You can just Google search them. No Kings recommendations. I'm sure something will pop up. Anyway, I'll be there on the 18th with my people, and I hope you can find your people as well. And that's going to do it for our time slot today. And it's been an honor to hang out. Thank you so much for being, my bartender, listening to me wail and complain and whatnot. And if you like the work here, and if you appreciate content creators like me, support them on Patreon. Support them on Patreon. I'm telling you, it is the one thing that is a direct connect. I mean, Patreon takes a little, they take a percentage like PayPal and everybody else does. But their platform is amazing. And it's easy to use, and you can set your own terms. And it's not about ads and advertisers. It's about, hey, I like this channel. I like this content. I want to make sure it's still here in a week. I'm going to support it for the cost. Did I just say support? I'm going to support it for, the cost of a cheeseburger and fries every month or every week. And it's been a great, great option. So become a patron, patreon.com/Seth Andrews. I will see you.
Yeah. I highly recommend giving Seth Andrews a follow. He's a great dude. He's very smart, very connected. And I'm sorry that I don't have anything to put on my Patreon yet that's worth subscribing. Thinking maybe play a game or something to pass some time and to beg at people for donations. I'm open to recommendations if you want to watch something that won't get me copyright strike or banned or something. I'm down. I've even been having a hard time finding stuff to watch on YouTube because it's just also not very interesting. I feel like we're all caught up and on the same page, and then I find out that we're definitely not. I love this guy.
Pam Bondi, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Mike Johnson are absolutely embarrassing Donald Trump in court. Every time they speak, it becomes more apparent that their end is coming. We are 2 steps away from receiving the Epstein files, and they're panicking. Marjorie Taylor Greene even seems to be flip-flopping and trying to distance herself from MAGA, as Pam Bondi deals a devastating blow to her own administration in court with her deflective answers. Trump's threats are empty, and nobody's buying the tough act. This conspiracy to overthrow the government will not go without prosecution, and it seems as if their only strategy is keeping everyone afraid of them. Only nobody's afraid of them. I mean, take a look at Pam Bondi in her own words having a meltdown when a senator asked her, "Who gave you the order to take Trump's name out of the Epstein list?"
Going back to the Epstein files, according to another whistleblower who made a protected disclosure to my office, you pushed the FBI to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related records on an arbitrarily short deadline in March, and the FBI was directed to flag any documents that mentioned President Trump. Nothing came of that review until July, when DOJ and FBI released an unsigned memo stating, quote, "There's no incriminating client list." Why was the July 7th memo unsigned?
The July 7th memo came from the FBI and the Department of Justice. Director Patel answered those questions very clear. And, you know, Senator Durbin, I find it very interesting that you refused repeated Republican requests to release the Epstein flight logs in 2023 and 2024. You fought that. Did you take money from Reid Hoffman, campaign donations, who was a huge Epstein friend? Why did you fight for years? Why did you fight to not disclose the flight logs, Senator Durbin?
I can tell you I did not refuse. One of the senators.
Let's be clear. Release the Epstein files. Stop protecting these people.
Here wished to produce those logs, and I asked her to put it in writing, and she never did.
Yeah, I think Senator Blackburn would quarrel with you on that.
Well, I will quarrel with you as to read somebody that you mentioned I never heard of.
Reid Hoffman.
So who gave the order to flag records related to?
To flag records for President Trump?
To flag any records which included his name.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, Senator.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your conduct in this. And you won't do it today, but eventually you will.
It is the same three-step formula with all of MAGA: deny, defend, deflect. She didn't answer anything. As a matter of fact, she just made herself seem even more guilty by getting defensive with every single question asked towards her. I mean, this is the same woman who said the Epstein list is on my desk and then said there is no list. And to give the response to the senator questioning to you, I'm not going to discuss any of that with you, is already a huge admission of guilt in and of itself. Then all of a sudden, the Epstein list does exist and they're redacting Trump's name out of it, but she's not going to talk about any of that with him as to who gave her the order to do that in the first place. So here is her response to her saying that there was no Epstein list, after telling us it was on her desk.
In February, you made a public claim that the Epstein client list was, quote, sitting on my desk right now for review, end of quote. You then produced already public information and no client list at a major media event hosted at the White House. Attorney General Bondi, why did you publicly claim to have the Epstein client list waiting for your review and produce nothing relevant to that claim?
Senator Durbin, if you listen to my entire clip on that, I said I had not reviewed it yet, that it was sitting on my desk along with the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files, and I said I had not yet reviewed it. And if you see our memo on Epstein, you will see, excuse me, our memo on Epstein clearly points out that there was no client list, our July 6th memo.
These people have so much dirt on their hands, they should be ashamed. Funny how there's no Epstein client list, but they're all still trying to cover this up. There's still been no release, they're blocking votes, they're not swearing in the one person that will release the votes for the Epstein list, because they only need one more person to say, yes, we need to release them for them to be forced released to the public. They're redacting Trump's name out of it. Trump said himself out of his own words, we can't release.
I appreciate that, Trig. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot of viewers, so every little bit helps. Do you got any particular feelings about the Epstein files?
Release the Epstein files because there's important rich people in there who can't have their names disparaged by being in it, essentially protecting his friends that are in it as well. But of course, you know, Trump is at the forefront of it all because he was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. These people are on their last legs and they know that once these files get released, they're all going to prison. And you especially know somebody's panicking when they respond to you in anger. It's a defense mechanism. Anger is actually used to hide a lot of emotions like anxiety, fear, shame, guilt, and many more. And to sell your soul to defend an active PDF because you want a perceived position of power in America. But I mean, we can't be surprised because Project 2025 did say they would replace the qualified professionals with unqualified loyalists, because this is not about making America great again. This is about making the rich richer again. This is about consolidating their power and filling their...
I wouldn't even say to remain free, but to gain freedom, we need to release these Epstein files, because for a long time, kids have just been going missing. And create circumstances where, such as poverty and addiction, where people are selling off their kids quietly. And a lot of this Epstein stuff, right? You got to remember, their parents were most likely involved in some level, thinking that they were going to benefit when they sent their kid to the Epstein Island. You know, these are not completely innocent parents involved.
Their pockets up with as much money as they can and reintroducing white supremacy back to America, because they know that at the core of MAGA, the ones that'll never change their minds no matter what PDF Trump does, they know that their biggest fans are Nazis. And it's so crazy because Nazis have done nothing but hold our country back from becoming great. Throughout the times of history, you cannot grow through hate, as we see with the current state of our economy and declining mental acuity of Donald Trump. And if that's not crazy enough, the FBI allegedly has photos of Trump from Epstein's safe, and in many of those photos he was allegedly seen with half-naked women, excuse me, girls. And this is Pam Bondi's response.
Let me ask you something else. There's been public reporting that Jeffrey Epstein showed people photos of President Trump with half-naked young women. Do you know if the FBI found those photographs in their search of Jeffrey Epstein's safe or premises or otherwise? Have you seen any such thing?
You know, Senator Whitehouse, you sit here and make salacious remarks, once again trying to slander President Trump,
young women.
left and right.
We need to stop that.
You're the
So I'm on a delay. I'm hearing the video later than because I'm actually watching my live stream to hear it than what the computer's saying. They're not young women. And we need to regard them as children, especially considering that people are living longer and maturing later. That, in my opinion, 18's not even an adult. And we found evidence that people's frontal lobes aren't even fully developed until they're almost 30. So
the one who was taking money from one of Epstein's closest confidants, I believe, I could be wrong, correct me, Reid Hoffman, who was with Jeffrey Epstein on multiple occasions. And the senator sitting right next to you tried to block the flight logs from being released. Yet you're grilling me on President Trump and some photograph with Epstein? Come on.
The question is, did the FBI find those photographs that have been discussed publicly by a witness who claimed Jeffrey Epstein showed them to him? You don't know anything about that. Okay.
It's the same three-step process: deny, defend, deflect. She literally just used the exact same argument with the other senator she said earlier in the video with this new senator. Notice how there wasn't a yes or a no, just some weird accusation and more anger to disguise the guilt and shame. We will take that as an admission of guilt. That response screamed, "How dare you ask me a question that is right on the money, and I'm very guilty." Let me redirect this real quick. This is the administration of no accountability, so all they know how to do is parrot each other's lies and defend each other. That's one of Trump's major game plan, is sticking together no matter what, which is ironic because if Democrats did that, they would be exposed in an instant. But when Trump does it, MAGA says he's telling it like it is. Yeah, you think that because Trump and his entire administration is just repeating the same thing over and over to you until you start believing what they have to say. It's propaganda 101. Say it enough times and people will start believing it. Only no normal person believes this, MAGA. It's just you. Because in the cult of MAGA, you were not allowed to have an individual thought or you are pushed out. And do you remember when Trump publicly threatened Pam Bondi on Truth Social for not getting Letitia James, Lisa Cook, and Adam Schiff fired illegally? Well, she gets questioned about that by a senator, and this is her response.
Truth Social post on September 20th, 2025, in which the president said, "We can't delay any longer, Pam, using your name. Not bringing criminal charges are killing our reputation," his words, "and credibility." And then goes on to tell you to prosecute a member of this committee, to prosecute the Attorney General of New York, and to prosecute James Comey. Do you consider that a directive to the Justice Department?
Senator Klobuchar, President Trump is the most transparent president in American history. And I don't think he said anything that he hasn't said for years.
Thank you, Pam Bondi, for saying nothing, but we will take that as yet another admission of guilt. That is in fact an order to the Justice Department to illegally prosecute innocent people because Trump doesn't like them. Mind you, Adam Schiff tried to have Trump impeached. This is incredibly embarrassing to the Trump administration. To try to prosecute people just because Trump doesn't like them or for holding Trump accountable because they are the administration of no accountability is disgusting. You will all be held accountable. If not by the senator or judges, you will be held accountable by the people of America, because their decisions affect our lives every single day, and they try to use fear to control their political adversaries, and very soon they're going to try to use fear to control the people of America. I mean, they're already doing that with military exercises in Portland, Oregon, Chicago, Illinois, and the like. They're trying to brainwash our military as well.
Right there is where Trump threatened Americans. I thought, man, nothing is the way that we were taught it is, because I thought that once a president starts spewing hate against American citizens, that's a wrap. They they arrest the guy, get him out of office, get anyone attached to him gone, rerun an emergency election maybe. because J.D. Vance is no better. He's a two-faced liar who'll do anything to get power, as any fascist would. And in my opinion, the instant he threatened Americans to have the military run training ops on him, it should have been over. But I'm not a top military general. I'm not one of the founding fathers. I'm just a guy. So what is any of what I have to think?
Why hire Pete Hegseth telling them we serve at the pleasure of the president, you need to be more violent and kill people, and then Trump saying you guys are going to take part in the deployments to Chicago and other cities. So for Pam Bondi to sit here and say Trump is the most transparent president in the American history, are you admitting to conspiracy to overthrow the government? It's not even conspiracy at this point. This is a direct order. You just said Trump has never said anything he hasn't meant. And not only are they weaponizing the DOJ against people they don't like, but they're also using...
It's not even a conspiracy. It's literally actively happening right now in front of us, and that's what it is. They want. So if you're on the side of sensibility, try not to let this agitate you into taking the wrong action, because that's what they want. They want to provoke us into being the bad guys, you know. That's why they have to go out every day and say Antifa is violent and that these are riots and not protests. It's
using the DOJ to defend people they do like, such as when Tom Homan accepted a $50,000 bribe and was supposed to be prosecuted, but Trump told them to stop the investigation, and they did when they had video proof of him accepting the money from undercover FBI agents. And Pam Bondi was questioned about this in court. Let's see her response to that.
Senator, as Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan was subjected to a full review by the FBI, agents, and DOJ prosecutors. They found no credible evidence of any wrongdoing.
And that was not my question.
Well, yeah, because they don't take bribes or wrongdoing. This is the administration that we're dealing with. Is that bribes is what gets things done. It's criminal.
Name of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI delivered, evidently in a paper bag, to Mr. Homan.
Senator, I'd look at your facts.
Are you saying that they did not deliver $50,000 in cash to Mr. Homan?
Senator, as recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan was subjected to a full review by the FBI agents, by Department of Justice prosecutors. They found no evidence of wrongdoing.
That's a different question. What became of the $50,000? Did the FBI get it back?
Mr. Whitehouse, excuse me, Senator Whitehouse, you're welcome to talk to the FBI.
The report to you, can't you answer this question?
Senator Whitehouse, you're welcome to discuss this with Director Patel.
Did Homan keep the $50,000?
As Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan
I can see I'm not going to get a straight answer from you to a very simple question.
By the FBI agents and the DOJ. They found no credible evidence of wrongdoing. You know, you're very concerned about money and people taking money, and you rail against dark money. Yet you work with dark money groups all the time, Senator Whitehouse.
Did you know?
Three-step process with MAGA: deny, defend, deflect. We saw it coming from a mile away. Which, by the way, she's not denying any of this.
She did all three. Well, she avoided a little slight denial, but she see the deflection where she's like, "Oh, you take black money all the time."
At all. She couldn't even answer the fact that there was video evidence of him receiving the money because they recorded it. And all it took was a $25,000 payment to Pam Bondi for her to deny all of these allegations. What have I been saying this entire time about the Trump administration only being in this for the money? They will defend straight up PDS for money. They will defend criminals and sexual assaulters for money. They will let victims suffer and walk away with no justice
for money.
For money. This is the most despicable administration we have ever had. And Pam Bondi should be ashamed of herself. How can you sit here and destroy the credibility of the justice system we have in America? So not only can we not trust Trump and his administration, we apparently can't trust the justice system. It's because of people like Pam Bondi that perpetuate this madness. These unqualified people that have taken office and destroyed the lives of millions of Americans. And we're supposed to sit here and act like this is all okay. It's not okay. It's never been okay. We're tired of this. We're tired of the lies. And right now, the biggest hope Americans have right now is you getting exposed for what.
Tired of the lies. Tired of it. What do we do? How do we fix this? It's kind of easy to see that we all agree on what the problems are. Even the half baked MAGA folks, they know that the Epstein files need to be released. And it's sad that this is becoming business as usual. Bribes is just normal every day.
What you've done to us, Donald Trump and his constituents. They have disgraced this country. They have committed treason and traitorous acts.
And don't get me wrong, I love my country. I love being an American. I don't mean to disparage the institutions. I mean, each on its own. I'll criticize every single institution that exists as it's presented to me, because I don't agree with any of what's happening. I don't think that people who don't have money are less than human and shouldn't have the same rights and privileges as everyone around them. And then all the time I get the argument, well, you gotta be willing to work, and it's just not. That's not the case. I'm homeless. I've been homeless since I was 17 years old. I'm not on drugs. I've never been on drugs. I killed myself twice with alcohol when I was 17 and 19, and so I don't drink. I smoke cannabis. That's what I do. And so I'm not a junk. I don't do, and that's another thing. Is just that's the term, is junkie. Like, did someone? I gotta move faster. Okay. When the key gets out, you gotta move faster than that. You can't let the key get out. Yeah. So anyway, I don't do drugs, and that's whenever there's sometimes people are brave enough because they're anonymous to say something, but nobody ever says it to my face personally. I get accused of being mentally ill, a drug addict, all these horrible stigmas that come with not having what's considered basic necessities. I've never in my entire life had the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you know what that is, I've never had that met.
Action to the people they're supposed to lead for money and control. But you cannot control us, and you will not control us. Because America will follow a leader, but they will not follow a dictator. And a leader does right by their citizens. They don't deploy.
That's right. A leader gets in front.
Deploy the military on them. They don't defend PDFs. They don't defund programs that help the poorest people in America so that they can have a basic amount of living. I mean, minimum wage.
I thought the whole point was to protect the kids, and that's falling apart. That is one of the key elements to having police in the first place, is to protect the kids. And these people are the number one violators of children. What? And it's because, the sick people, they try to find avenues to have access to children so that they can harm them. But it's not even 99% of the time, it's not even someone that they went out and found. It's someone that someone brought to their house. It's usually a family member.
It doesn't even allow you a basic concept of living. You need to have roommates just to get an apartment nowadays, and 2 jobs. And now health premiums are expected to triple in cost because Republicans have allowed the government to shut down because they want to defund Obamacare, also known as the Affordable Care Act, which has 24 million Americans on it, and have them triple their costs they have to pay out of pocket. All disguised by this lie of illegal immigrants are getting health care, when we've said it a million times that they are not allowed to receive health care. Not from Obamacare, not from the Affordable Care Act, not from Medicaid, not from any federally funded medical health care. So we can stop with the lies. They want to keep repeating the lies. We're going to keep repeating the truth. They want to keep setting up fires. We're going to keep putting out fires. Do you know why? It's because we're real American and we actually care about what happens to this country and the people inside of it. But the great
I care. That's the problem. is I care about my country. These people don't care. It's, well, then why does Antifa burn stuff down? It's stuff. Stuff is not America.
The great thing about all of this is they are crashing and burning. I mean, take a look at Marjorie Taylor Greene separating herself yet again from MAGA. This is the second time we've seen her do it. The first time involved the Epstein files. She knows the end is coming for them.
And to allow Democrats to have some sort of moral high ground on this issue because they're the only ones talking about it, I think is a major failure from the Republican Party. And I'm not going to stand there and just keep talking the talking points when my own adult children can hardly afford health insurance premiums, when everyone in my district, it's the #1 issue that I hear about day in and day out, not just people on the ACA, but people that have private insurance as well. And I think it's something that we have to talk about. And I don't see why the government needs to be shut down. I really don't. I believe that if Republicans learn to govern and wield power, they can use the nuclear option in the Senate. They can open up the government. We can get back to work for the American people, and Republicans can solve this problem that is a very big problem that we can't ignore.
Well, congratulations, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Although we know you just have one foot in, one foot out because you see the end coming, you just had an independent thought in MAGA. Prepare to receive backlash, because that is the way of MAGA. If you do not go with the program and validate the lies, you will eventually be pushed out. The way I see this, she's already made her money, but she flip-flops so much we know she's not to be trusted. She's a liar too. She just sees the plane she's on crashing and burning, and she's trying to jump out last second with the parachute. But the fact that she said anything at all is yet another win for America. This makes the second time Marjorie Taylor Greene has now actively campaigned against Donald Trump. I would expect a Truth Social post from Trump very soon trying to denounce Marjorie Taylor Greene's credibility, because while she just
I'd like to see actual Republicans take over the Republican Party again. The populist fascism ended up taking over somehow, and I don't know. I thought the Nazis were the bad guys.
just said what we all know to be true. And
I didn't know Nazis was the goal. When I was sitting there in my social studies history classes, I didn't know Nazi was the goal.
America, Donald Trump is still trying to use fear and threatening mass federal layoffs if the shutdown continues, as if the Democrats are supposed to be pressured into letting 24 million Americans lose their health care coverage. Let's see what Trump has to say.
How many permanent jobs are you talking about to be limited?
Well, I can tell you, I'll be able to tell you that in 4 or 5 days if this keeps going on. If this keeps going on, it'll be substantial, and a lot of those jobs will never come back. But you're gonna have a lot closer to a balanced budget, actually.
And he said he's firing permanent jobs, not temporary jobs. But hey, you have to remove the qualified professionals with unqualified loyalists. However, Trump, we see through all of it. Nobody is afraid of you. The only ones afraid of you is the people you're paying off. This means that 70% of America is ready to see you out of here. And I find it so insane how the same people whose rights we're fighting for are the recipients of the programs Trump is trying to get rid of. And they're all for whatever Trump says. But only 30% of American pollsters believe that the government.
I hope that we learn as a country from this whole entire experience generally. Is bad, and it is not politics as usual. This is not normal. This is not what I grew up seeing. There was some pushback that I recall when Bush tried taking us to war, but nobody called him a fascist because he wasn't doing fascism. America is not the global police. America is not the authority over the planet Earth.
Government shutdown is from the Democrats, meaning it is over for you, Trump. You will be prosecuted. As we discussed in the last video, once a president becomes impeached, they lose their immunity, and they can now be prosecuted for everything they did before, during, and after their presidency. So we should be seeing a lot of prosecutions taking place once we dismantle this government overthrow, because this is America, and we have no kings, and we do what's right in the face of evil. We will not allow this to continue, and we will not allow the lies and deceit to plague our country.
That's what I was told. That's not what I'm witnessing. We do these, I don't know. And they convince themselves that they're the goodest good and that they're divinely justified, and it's disgusting.
Longer. We want our beautiful communities back, Trump, but you're destroying those communities. Instead, you run military exercises in other cities and tell ICE to arrest any brown people they see on the streets. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Mike Johnson gets publicly asked, why will you not swear in Adelita Grijalva? She is the final vote needed to release the Epstein files, and she vowed that she would vote yes. It has now been over 2 weeks since he has refused to swear her in. However, he swore Republicans in a day after. Let's see how Mike Johnson responds to this.
Earlier this year, you swore in 2 Republican members during the pro forma session. So why not swear in Adelita Grijalva, who was elected 2 weeks ago during the pro forma session? Does it have to do with her 218th signature on the discharge petition, the Epstein discharge?
No, it has nothing to do with that at all. We will swear her in when everybody gets back. It's a ceremonial duty. Look, we'll schedule it, I guess, as soon as she wants. It has nothing to do with it.
These people are sweating bullets. It's all coming to an end. It's crashing and burning so much sooner than we expected. Goodbye, Mike.
I don't think that it is.
Mike Johnson. Bear in mind that they also sent Republicans all on vacation, all on extended vacation. They're trying to hold out as long as they can. He then goes on to say he doesn't plan on swearing her in until they agree to end the government shutdown, which is the government shutdown they caused. But they are losing faith from Americans the longer this shutdown goes on, because everybody knows exactly why this is going on. These people are done for. It hasn't even been a year. It hasn't even been a full 9 months. And they've destroyed the country and turned everybody against them. And there's no such thing as a get-rich quick.
They didn't destroy the country, but they've certainly put some dents in it.
Quick scheme, because they will see justice. So congratulations to Americans.
I don't think they will. I have yet to witness true justice in my lifetime where people get what they deserve. I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see that at all, which is part of why I almost want to believe in divine justice, is hopeful that maybe after someone get a little bit of what they deserve. But I don't think that's the case. And that's part of why I'm just...
For fighting for your country. We are almost at the finish line. And
I got some games here we can play, but I haven't played games in a long time, and I'm not sure that I could just even stay focused on that, because it's the real world needs so much attention right now. Checking my email. Get no jobs. Amazon told me they'd give me $50 to make a business account. I made a business account. I never got the $50. So please, I don't know. I need work. I don't want to beg for donations. I want work. I do graphic design work. I'm a network technician. I'm a comedian. I can help write. But everyone wants. It's weird because I have nothing, and yet people want all the free stuff from me. Like they want people. I've had comedians ask me for free jokes, and it's just disgusting. I need help finding work. I can't get a regular job. I don't have a physical license. I don't have the things normal people would have. I don't even have 2 outfits anymore. I had for a couple weeks there. I had 2 outfits, and then I wore one of them, and it got ruined. So I don't know. It's too much for me, and nothing's changing. It's been like this for a decade now. I've been homeless since I was 17, but it's been really rough for a decade. I got fired from my dad died, and then I got fired from a job. It's just and then COVID happened. I was doing great with comedy just before COVID, and then I had my legs taken out from under me because that was the only way I'm not gonna do Zoom calls. I'm not gonna do. I don't have the. I don't want. It's not. See, that's the thing. I also get accused of just wanting attention. If I just wanted attention, I would have done the Zoom calls. I would have done the Zoom calls, and it wasn't for me. I don't just want attention. I want to be heard in the right format, and I want to be felt. And this is a disconnect. That's why I prefer to do live shows. But thank you for being here, watching the stream. Please drop a like, consider subscribing. I don't know. Later, I'm going to produce content for real someday. Hopefully, if ever it can get. I don't have a life that's worth living, and it's not. I don't know. I don't know what I could do. I don't know. But everyone wants to put the blame on me. Oh, it's your life. You got to do. No, don't blame the system. Well, but this is the world I'm surrounded by. These are the people I'm surrounded by. They don't want to help. They don't give a shit, and it's disgusting. I am not like that. For some reason, I've come to expect like actual fucking empathy from people because that's what I have. And I've been severely disappointed time and again that these people don't even care to understand another person's position or where they're coming from even a little bit. Civil rights lawyer. My civil rights have been violated numerous times, and there's nothing I can do about it because I can't afford a lawyer. And because they delete the fucking proof. I had my ribs broken in the ACI, and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't even mouthing off to nobody until after they broke my ribs. Then I started spitting all the venom I could muster. Every little bit of bile in my body just came to the tip of my tongue. But that's I don't know. I don't even have any viewers right now. I'm talking to whoever might view this after. And I'm a crazy person. I'm an insane person because I'm sitting here by myself talking to a camera with nobody watching me. Get fucked. And I genuinely hope nobody goes through life as bad as it. And it's people have had it worse than me. And I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. My worst enemy, I'd probably punch him in the head a few times, spit on him. Because that's what he would do to me. But I don't know. My my rights have been denied as a father. Every time I go to try to collect my child, I get the cops called on me. The cops told them there's nothing we could do. His child's here. You need to go to the court and have his rights revoked. And I've told her numerous times, you need to just go to court and get my rights revoked because I don't want anything to do with her or the child anymore. If the child, especially if the child wants nothing to do with me. So, and it seems that way. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. That'll be a fun little snippet that we can work on. So I'm going to head on over to my daughter's YouTube. Her name is Ariana. I try not to exactly put that out there because there's so many hateful, disgusting people in the world that'll do anything that they can imagine to try to hurt me, and which involves my child. But you know what? It is what it is. So here, let's watch this together.
Hi.
Hello.
If you're my father, stay. If you are anybody else,
As confirmed by 23andMe, I am most likely your father.
you can click off. I'd rather you click off because this isn't for you. It's for my dad. Or should I even call him dad? It's for Brandon. Yeah, it's for Brandon.
Brandon, that's me.
Belanger. The Rhode Island's most hated comedian, according to him.
That name wasn't even my name. Someone else gave me that name, and I kind of liked it and ran with it. Rhode Island's most hated comedian. Beautiful.
Your tablet fell. Father, or
Yes.
father. I don't want to be in contact with you.
Okay. Why?
I want you to take.
So, my thoughts on this. I think she's coached by her evil mom and grandma into doing this.
Take down the video.
And when I say evil, I don't mean like evil, like how you probably think of evil. What I mean is a flippant dismissal of how horrible they are as people.
About me, labeled, is this right? Because, yes, it is right. It is right for your daughter to not want to be in contact with you.
Listen to her.
It is right that her mother is trying to keep her daughter safe from a douchebag like you.
Now keep watching though. Keep watching, because there's what?
It is right, okay? It is right. It is okay. It is fine.
I disagree.
People can be in contact.
I am of the mind that kids need both their parents, and the fact that I'm available all the time, I don't know. There's a video on my page that if you want to go check that out, where I try to go see her, and it's
Contact with whoever they want. And when I have to change my number because of said person,
she didn't change her number because of anything I did. What happened was I got her a phone, and I put too many restrictions on it, and she whined to her mom and stepdad and got a phone without restrictions.
Father, it is not okay. If I block you once, that's the end of it. I shouldn't have to block you any more times because you.
I think anybody who blocks anybody is a goddamn coward, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You shouldn't, especially your father. What is that? Who encourages their kid to block their parent?
Have to make new phone numbers. That's not okay.
That's also not what happened.
I don't like you. All right. The comments.
Well, yeah, you don't like me because we've had limited communication with each other. And the few times that we did talk, you told me to get my shit together, and I said, fuck you. Because what does that even mean?
I did. Yeah. So, don't. Here are a few do's and don'ts. You can't, or cans or cannots, really. And I'm not asking you to take down this video, by the way. I am telling you.
The video's still up. It's not going nowhere.
To take down this video. I do not want it up. I don't like it up. I don't need a reason. But if you really want the reason is I don't want you talking about me and my family because you're not part of my family anymore. I don't want you talking about me and my family in a dark light because
See, that's the fascism right there. It's like you can only say nice things. I don't no, get fucked. I am not gonna be. I'm not gonna be kind to horrible people. It's just not gonna ever happen. Not in my lifetime.
than you'll ever be. Heck, even Anthony. I don't even like him. Oh, just kidding. He's cool. He buys me food. So you can comment every now and again, but oh my god, this cat. It's
She says that, but then her comments are disabled on all of everything. So there's nothing to comment on. There's no way for me to get in touch with her.
Yeah. You can comment every now and again, but like 87 comments. If we assume 7 of those comments are for me, 80 comments, even 75 is crazy.
That's a lot. That's a lot for someone who doesn't want to be in contact with you. That's a lot for someone who
I don't know who this little child is in the background.
has been asking you to stop stalking it.
It's not stalking, really. Not really, but
I know.
And I do appreciate. Listen, this is why I think it's a setup. But also, my kid can't help but be my kid. So she's got to be honest. When she says, "Oh, it's not stalking," yeah, it's not fucking stalking. That's my kid. That's how it works. I'm supposed to be there.
But don't want to be in contact with you. You can watch my videos. That's fine.
Hasn't posted a video since, despite 2 videos before this saying she's gonna try to post videos every day. So there's something weird going on there with either her mother or her. I suspect strongly her grandmother, because her mom doesn't have that much will. Although she did have like a brain surgery thing, and she did change a little bit after that.
I was thinking. 1 second.
Don't do that. You'll hurt yourself.
Because if you do not take out the video, I will find a way. Your password's probably something me related because
I love her. She's a little hacker, bro. I'm telling you, she's in there like the NSA trying to brute strength my password probably right now. And I know because I get these alerts from Microsoft all the time. I love you, kid.
I'm like your main obsession.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with you. There's nothing else in this world that matters to me as much as her. So, yeah.
I mean, if we spam him with like
nah, that's too much. That's too much. That's going too far. That's gonna take too long.
Like
Who even is this person? I know a couple of her friends. I've never seen this person before in my life. Who the fuck is this person? Also, you see it, that's TV here. I got that. I got her that the bookshelf. I got that. If it was when I got there, she had nothing.
Oh my god. Why can't? Okay. You can watch my videos. That's also fine. If you don't spam. Don't post about me without my consent. Do not use my posts.
How am I supposed to get your consent when you won't talk to me? I don't know. What is that? And it's the internet. It's not it's inconsequential for the most part.
As a way to, because this is no. Don't use my posts to be like, oh, look how good my daughter is doing.
Or like contact her in general. Like,
and the fact you had to take a 23andMe test to prove that I'm your daughter.
That's your mom's fault. If she wasn't out sleeping around, I wouldn't have had to do that.
That's crazy.
Exactly. Oh, okay, can I say something? I'm sorry if I'm interrupting, but
No, you have no input in this. Who are you?
Just because she is your biological daughter doesn't mean she sees you as a father figure. Or
yeah, no shit. Fucking, I got ripped out of her life when I was 2. I wasn't able to be a father figure. What the fuck?
She's really your daughter because a daughter is someone you love.
He loves me too much.
You see, you enjoy together. Like you spend time with them. You enjoy seeing them. You both love each other as like a family figure. But she does not see you as a father. Because a father is someone you care about, a guardian.
Your father's not even in your life.
She sees you as more of a threat.
He's
like,
not threatening.
I
This
know.
thing.
See? She knows it. I'm not threatening. I'm not stalking. She knows the truth. She knows what's up. That's why I'm proud that she's my kid. Because no matter what kind of nonsense people try to put in her head, she will mostly do the right thing. But I do also understand that she's under these people's thumb and she has to keep the house in a certain order.
This creature?
I know.
This sperm donor. We should still call him father. He's sperm donor. Okay, this
All right, I hate that. That came 100% from her mom.
Sperm donor? He's not threatening?
He's not threatening.
He's not threatening. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I have
Literally not a fucking threat.
Came from one of my art kits.
She sees you as more of like
The art kit that I sent her.
An inconvenience.
Like
an inconvenience. The reason I'm in therapy.
True.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. I made her get into therapy because I know that her mom and grandma, but then they did the therapy online so that her mom and grandma could supervise and be over her shoulder all the time, and she couldn't be genuine with the therapist.
The reason she's in therapy is because of you.
Yeah. Okay. And life at home, and if you want to check in on me, here's the thing. Every day. Life at home, awesome. Anthony, he's good to mom and me, but like, I don't trust him.
Yeah, because he's not me.
Because of you!
She doesn't trust...
Shocker, I have trust issues because of you.
She doesn't...
What? What? How? I have never in my life, even in her life, even a little bit, broken her trust. If she asked me to make a promise, I kept that promise. If I told her I was gonna do something, I did the thing.
Doesn't trust any men because
no, I don't trust anyone.
She doesn't trust anyone.
Good.
Because of you. That is not okay.
And a few other people. Well, but like he's the man.
That's not okay. A daughter, not even a daughter.
Someone you donated sperm to.
For real, like she.
A daughter.
Is not your daughter.
Yeah, she is. Science disagrees with you.
I'm not your daughter. I am not your daughter. I am just half of your DNA.
She biologically.
Not even the good half. Just kidding. Love you, kid. I gotta make jokes sometimes to cope. But like when I said that I want my DNA back, it's stupid. That's nonsense, you know.
Logically is.
Actually, I share more DNA with him than I do with my mom. Ew.
Ew.
Oh, and by the way, in response to your sperm donor thing and how you want to take back the DNA, I would if I could because I don't want to be associated with
you. My DNA is what makes you smart. There's zero intelligence on the other half of your DNA at all. Like there's just lies, manipulation, and corruption. Because her grandmother, for money, what she does is she'll pretend to do people's taxes and then just run them through TurboTax. What is that?
Anyways, life at home is awesome. My brother, awesome. He's annoying though.
Logan is awesome. I'll give you that. Your brother's awesome. Good kid. I do make fun of him though because he's Paul's kid.
I'm earning money because I have a job because of my grandma. She's awesome.
There it is. Money. Manipulation.
My grandpa, awesome.
Grandpa's not awesome. Grandpa's an illegal immigrant. Both grandma and grandpa at one point assaulted me with no cause, no reason. And I laughed at them while they punched me in the head.
Home life is good. Okay?
Good. I'm glad.
And I just recently got out of therapy, which made me realize, which is why I'm doing this video and I commented. Yeah. So, that's it. comment, I don't care, make a video, but
No,
don't.
Here's the video. Like the video, man. Good for you not letting this other person take over and think for you, kid. You tell her, no, stop, cut it out.
Make a video, yeah.
Don't make a video. Don't comment unless like it's every once in a while. Don't comment like 87 comments. That is not okay.
Just because your dad doesn't want to comment on your videos doesn't mean it's not okay, kid. You other child. Go.
Relax.
I know, but I'm gonna tap out.
Go sit down.
Yeah, tap out. It's
Go
not
become
any of
the
your
iPad
concern
kid
or
that you
business.
are.
I appreciate you being there for moral support and all that. Thank you for being a friend of my kid. But you're stupid.
But it's not okay. It's really like disgusting. It's disgusting. It's not.
What's not okay is you trying to speak for Ari.
Even just rude is disgusting.
Or for her mother or grandmother to speak through her to me.
Why would you? It's like if a sperm donor tried to contact like 57 of their children all at once. Like.
It's fucking bullshit.
So the whole point of this video is stop contacting her. Take down that video. It's not asking, it's telling. If you don't contact, if you don't take down.
Oh, and by the way, you're probably autistic too.
If you don't take.
How can? Well, I think she was 11. Wait, hold on, let me check. 7. No, she was 12 when she made this video. How does a 12-year-old diagnose autism, but all the psychologists that I've seen can't? What is that?
Take down that video.
Actually, no, just very ADHD.
If you don't take down that video, we're either gonna find a way into your account and delete it. We're gonna like spam report it or something. I don't know.
Wait, I think through videos you can crack people's IP address. Stop posting videos, I'll crack your IP address.
Little hacker. I love it. You can't find my IP address from stuff that I posted on the internet. You got to make a direct connection with, and I have to allow it, and then you can see what IP address you're connected to. That's how that works. But even then, that's not even a guarantee. That you're gonna have to put a lot of work in to even find it, because VPN. I use a VPN. This is what I use. Opera. It's all VPN.
Oh my god, that's a threat. We're gonna get reported.
Okay, and
we're gonna get reported for that.
She knows I'll never report her. Not that I don't take her seriously. I just generally don't take threats seriously.
Actually, the police are after him, so like.
True. Fuck the police.
Okay.
You're on the run.
That's it.
Alright.
Not really. I'm not on the run. See, that's another. I'm not on the run. I know what I got to do. It's not her fault that she doesn't understand the justice system. But I'm not on the run.
That's it. Bye. I'm gonna post another rant video, but just about life in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you, kid. Bye. So let's go see. Let's go see.
Can you come down here, please?
Start with the big one. Yeah.
I can't see it.
You can't see what, Ari? You're yelling.
I want to take a picture of it.
You want to take a picture with the raccoon?
Yeah. It's there right up there.
We got to get him to come down.
Okay.
How do we get the raccoon to come down?
Get after him. I can't reach.
I can't reach either.
Stand up.
Okay.
Hey.
Really higher.
I can't reach the raccoon.
Really higher.
Yep.
I love you so much, kid.
I can't reach.
Yeah.
Really
You're gonna help me? I'm trying. You're not strong enough. Here, let's try this the other way. Here. What are we gonna do? Yeah. Get him. Get him. Oh,
Exaggerated a little.
What are we gonna do, Ari?
So,
I don't know. You can't reach?
What's the plan, kid?
You gonna pick me up?
Okay. All right.
I can't.
Pick me up. Okay.
Go ahead. Go, Ari, go. Ah, can you reach it? I can't. No? All right.
We tried to do it.
We tried. Get on your hands. Okay. You ready? Yeah. Push. That's it. That's it.
She's giving it her all, man. She won.
This is. You did it.
And then part 2 is she throws a little fit.
Can you come down here, please? Please. Come down. Not a chipmunk.
She throws a little fit, but hold on. We gotta watch this. This is oh.
I'm recording it, baby. Huh? I'm recording it. Yeah, she's coming up the stairs. All covered up and bundled. Yeah, Daddy. Welcome home, baby girl.
Welcome home, baby girl.
Hi, baby. Oh my God, she looks so snuggled. Hi, baby.
Oh.
Welcome home. Oh the little hippo around her face.
And I got one more video up of me being a horrible dad that doesn't deserve to be a father.
No, not yet.
No?
Hold on. I gotta make sure I turn it on the right way. Boom. All right, little hacker. So what are we doing first? Well, yeah, but what's it for?
So BIOS, basic input output system. BIOS menu. BIOS settings.
Oh, damn it. I did.
Maybe.
That was my favorite keyboard, and it's gone now.
We'll see. Did she get it, folks? First try? Nope. Now what do you do?
Turn it off?
Yep. There it goes.
I mean, no, it's perfect, so no one's going to get on the first try.
Not every time, nope.
Alright, here we go.
Boom. What'd you just do?
I love my kid, man. I don't know. What would you? I don't know. If you were never gonna see your kid again, what would you do? You know, when that's the situation, what would you do? I don't know. I don't know. I think that's not a life worth living at all. If you're never gonna see your kid again, not a life worth living. Not a life worth having. And now I know, instead of just enjoying that and seeing it for what it is, you're gonna be like, well, what did you do? And you're wrong. You're dead wrong. I wish you'd been there. I wish every moment of my life would be recorded so I could have some kind of justification, or some kind of evidence. Because just, I don't know. Nobody. I wouldn't wish my life on my worst enemy. But let's keep doing some terrorism and scaring people into submission. Oh crap! Wait, we're not actually the terrorists. That's the terrorists trying to scapegoat people for their horrible behaviors. That's what that is. And see, now my brain's all cloudy because I don't want to pay attention to any of this. None of this is worth watching to me. I like to learn stuff. If there's something to learn, I like that. I recently discovered corner gas, so they're suggesting that. Stephen Miller, his family's coming out and saying he's a horrible person because he's a racist piece of shit. Which, to be fair, my family would come out and say that I'm a horrible person, but because I told my grandma "fuck you" and other reasons that have nothing to do with being a racist piece of shit. So, but they have it in their head that I'm a liar because my dad hurt me, and they think I ratted him out, and it's the whole thing. Again, I wish I had a camera behind me all the time. I wish I had some kind of justification or evidence of what really happened, because these people would realize that I didn't rat on my dad. He really was beating the crap out of me, like violently, like disgustingly. And that's why I'm a proponent of not hitting kids. You shouldn't introduce violence into a child's life. It's disgusting to do that. Again, I still have no viewers. I don't know how to make this interesting or fun. I don't know. I wouldn't even be playing recent games because the computer is not even good enough to do that. But also because they're just not good. They're just not very story or character driven. There's not too much depth to them. It's just it's not too linear, that kind of. It's just. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a drink and another pod because that one leaked all over instead of smoking properly. Considering I have limited resources, it's not good news. I don't know. I'll be right back to all of my 0 viewers. One moment, please. Whoa. Hold on. Yep. Hold on. So part of I have to do this during work hours. Part of why I don't have any viewers right now is because the people that do genuinely care about me are probably at work or busy living their lives. But if I stream this after work hours, I'd probably have some viewers. But I can't do that because the guy that lets me stay here very tentatively, probably he deals with enough of my shit. Doesn't need me taking over his not work time. So, I, you know, if you're watching this later, thank you. I still probably could use your help donation wise. Venmo, PayPal, ComicBrandon. It's there in the description of the video. Also, any videos that I watch here, I recommend you go watch them by yourself, because these are creators that I try to support. Advice from Louis and the Ari Rat and Seth Andrews. I don't know if this guy misspells all of his stuff on purpose or not. I don't think I ever watched any of his videos, but I just noticed that he didn't have a lot of subscribers, and so I hit subscribe. I do have a list of videos that I intend to respond to, but I'm not really in the headspace for that. I need a lot that doesn't, I don't know. I need money. I need to work. This sucks. I hate doing this. This is actually, without the camera, this is exactly how I would fill my day anyway. Is most of these are innocuous. I can't stand this lady, but I'll hate follow a motherfucker real quick just to see everything that they got to say. But also because I like to see the differing opinions and how they differ, but I can't understand how she can come to some of the conclusions that she comes to. Oh, that actually reminds me, we can go check out my boy here. He's got two channels. He's got Antonio Speaks and Antonio Talks. His main channel is Antonio Speaks, but he talks a lot about how it's unimaginable that people who look like him could support this fascist regime. Because the way things work is, they go get all the illegal. You can't illegally immigrate to America. That's kind of an un-American idea in itself. Because the whole foundation of America is supposed to be bring us the tired, the weak, the hungry, the poor, and we work with them. We make it happen for them. The American dream. But and once they're done with the immigrants, it's gonna be the gays, and then after the gays, it's gonna be the blacks, and then after, and because it's very clear, it's very apparent. I don't know how you can't. They want a white Christian nation, and they'll stop at nothing to enforce it. Yeah, fuck this guy. This guy right here, Rodney Norman. I caught him looking up small boobs on his YouTube, and I think I got an ulcer from not talking to him about it. And but I immediately called the FBI. So because who's posting about small boobs on this platform? Prepubescent girls. And then I asked him why he was doing it. He said so I could get hard for my wife. And he's got 141,000 subscribers, but he gets like 100 views. He gets a few hundred views. Sometimes he breaks 1,000 because those subscribers are not real. They're paid for. They are obligatory from his church subscribers because he's an LDS member. And the LDS You know, they love looking for small boobs on YouTube type stuff. And that ties into the white Christian nation thing. Look into how many FBI and CIA agents are LDS. And they believe, they'll deny it to your face, but it's in their doctrine that the darker your skin is, the more evil you are. That's kind of disgusting. And I try to avoid like obvious propaganda type stuff. You know, I like some more news. They're biased, but they make jokes about it, and they don't tell you what to think about stuff. They just present information in a funny way. I used to be a fan of this guy, but he got me banned from Cash App. He reported my request, and now I'm banned from Cash App. Firefly, one of the greatest series of all time. If you've not seen it, highly recommend. It seems like everything I like, if anything at all, it gets one season and then it's out because people have no culture or taste, or it's the vast majority of people taste and culture does not match mine. It's because I am an individual. I will say that. Like Border Town, one season. Firefly, one season. And they're masterpieces, but it's a sign of the times more than anything. People don't like media that speaks out against them. And that's the thing is Border Town, well, it goofs on what you would probably call leftists just as much as the establishment. Comics matter. Oh, he does artful comics. Oh, subscribe to this guy though, because I'm a comic. I agree. Comics matter, you know. Oh, I love Angela Collier. She's one of the most beautiful, intelligent human beings that I've ever witnessed exist. You don't want to hear my opinions on this guy. You probably think I'm like a sycophant for that guy, but I think he's fraud, and I can go deeper into that if you would like. But I'm talking to no one, so I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, which is just pointlessly scroll this and talk out loud. That's one of my favorite movies. Um, you know what? Let's no, because I kind of just want to. I want to put a movie on and fucking cry myself to sleep. That's what I'd prefer to do right now. So that way. But I was, yeah, maybe I don't know. I want to show off the movie list that I've been able to accrue here and there when shit goes on sale. Probably got $100 worth of $5 movies in my Amazon. Olin. This looks interesting. This looks stupid. Because why would you need a video to tell you that that's what it is? You know that that's what it is. It's the Jubilee is clout goblins. They don't have a stance. They don't have principles. They don't have a message. Just fucking clout goblins for dough, for money. Now, if you have the discipline to walk the straight and narrow to accrue a bunch of wealth and then turn around like, hey, turns out I'm actually not like you. I got respect for that. And I thought that's what Elon Musk was doing. But then it turns out he's a fucking Nazi. And he can sue me if he wants. I doubt he will, bitch ass motherfucker. Probably can't even fight. Zuckerberg would have kicked his ass, and they're both fucking dorks. I'm also a dork. I mask well because the autism. I don't think I've ever have intermittent moments of being my true self, but it's because the true me is actually quite ghetto. And it takes a little bit of effort to be moderately socially acceptable or presentable for me. That's the thing is I can't shave my beard. Oh, Hero's losing weight, man. Look at my guy. He's losing weight. Yeah, Black Ops is a garbage series. I understand a lot of you like the Black Ops, but the Modern Warfare series is definitely much better. I love this. This doesn't pop up all the time, but when it does, I always click it because I want to see new stuff. I love new stuff. I'm an adventurous person. Civ 5. Aren't we up to 7 now? That's kind of crazy. What is that? Oh my god. Don't even get me. Okay. God's a delusion, fully self-convinced. That's all that is. There's no I can prove that God is a delusion by the fact that there's no evidence. You ask anyone who believes, they'll swear there's evidence, but there's none. There's no evidence, and so it's a self-convinced thing. And there's the argument to be made. Well, it's not self-convinced. It's the book and the culture and the people and the parents. And but still, you just like you watched with my kid right now, who's 12 years old. People could tell you things, and you just know they're not correct. I don't know. I don't think anyone. I don't know. That's about all I got for this. I don't want to do this anymore. Thanks for watching. I might come back in a little while, depending on how things go. Thanks for watching. If you got this far, please consider donating on PayPal and Venmo. Not Cash App. I'm banned from there. Go give my kids videos a watch. And Advice from Louis. Follow that guy, Seth Andrews. Great follow. You can avoid Hassan entirely. And thanks for watching. I love you. Bye. I miss you, kid. And you're still my favorite person. You're still my favorite person, without doubt. Whoa, look at that. There's like a million me's, man. You will not be able to reconnect. Your stream will stop and you will no longer be live. Yes, it's